Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. And keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as, investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy! Alright folks, here we are on Monday, April 22nd. We're going to take a look at Pepsi today. So with the earnings coming up, I thought we'd put some support resistance levels on the chart, see where Pepsi might go based off of the earnings reaction. Now, as it sits at the current moment, a couple of things going on. One, we have this uptrend support which is held basically twice now. And, if it does come sort of crashing down into it based off of the earnings reaction, that would put it in pretty close to this 167.11 area. And so there might be sort of a double duty, if you will, of support there, being the 167.11 plus the proximity of this uptrend support if that wants to continue to hold. I would just say keep in mind that all trend lines eventually break. Like support lines, resistance lines, etc. So that's one thing to sort of keep an eye on, is if it does come crashing into this uptrend support, does that hold? That could obviously be, a nod to the idea that there could be some recovery possible, even if it does come down that far. Now, if it does come down, it has a few other levels to get through. The nearest in level I have is 176.15. So if it does move relatively sideways, or just sort of, flops around above and below it slightly, and that's what I'd look for it to sort of pin itself to. 176.15 would look like a relatively sideways reaction to me. If it does come down, but not too far, it doesn't get too dippy, 171.59 is the next support level that I have. And then, like we said, this 167, if it gets real dippy, either based off of the earnings or just, in the subsequent days and weeks, 162.19, 154.34. Now, if it gets jumpy, just a little bit jumpy, I have 178.95 on the chart. And then if it wants to continue on, 183.74, 187.39. I think that's as far up as I went. Yeah. And so, we have the spread here from 154 to 187. Tried to just keep it to what I felt were the strongest levels that presented themselves on the current chart. Now, on the Thinkorswim side of things, this is sort of interesting with this, recent push up. It doesn't look as dramatic on the Webull chart, but here on the Thinkorswim chart, this is up out of the upper bound of the channel. And it was also recently there, but it pretty swiftly pulled itself back in, tested the mid-range, wrestled with it a bit, reclaimed it, and then sort of shot off again. So, something to just sort of keep in mind is it is running up out of the upper bound of the channel into earnings. Now, to my mind, that can sort of mean two things. One, it could mean that's maybe some good news, or on par news is going to feel priced in because it's run up a bit. The other side of that coin is if it has been doing so and is then buoyed by or supported by some good fundamentals from the earnings report, then investors, traders, institutions may simply feel like, that run-up was justified and more, and continue it on in that direction. So we'll see what it wants to do, but to the extent to which it does come back into the channel, 175.23 is the upper bound currently, 170.54 the all-important mid-range of the channel, and then 165.84 currently the lower bound of the channel. No trigger happening right now in the TTM squeeze indicator, so nothing there to sort of focus too much on, but we'll see how it all plays out soon enough. Alright folks, I hope that your trading week is off to a good start, and as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.